The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
Join Carson-Newman track and field coach David Needs. I'm Eric Cain here on the Eagles Sports Network. Coach, you're about to take a select few of your team up to the 123rd annual Penn Relays. The Penn Relays, one of the larger, most competitive track meets in all the United States every year. It's played at historic Franklin Field, the oldest stadium that is still used today in the United States. So just being there, knowing the history that is that stadium, NFL championship games have been played on that field. What's it mean for you to take some of your team up there every year?
Well, it's the biggest environment, Eric, that our athletes are going to run in. Last year we had 50,000 that our kids ran in front of. So when you can go to that, and you know, I've been in stadiums where it's been real loud, and that's a track stadium. It's a U. It's the crowd is active. There's world events, so there's a lot of people from Jamaica and the islands that come and watch and support track and field too. It's a great experience for our athletes, and that's why we try. We're fortunate. We have 9 that are going and competing, and that's not every day. You know, I remember in years past where you hoped you could get 1 or 2, and for us to have 9 people there is very good. And we probably had about 3 or 4 that could have gone also, but it just didn't fit with what they wanted to as far as their competition schedule.
You mentioned you're taking 9 athletes. A guy you're taking this year for the 3rd year in a row, TJ Davis in the long jump. 2 years ago, he placed 5th in this event. He's going back for the 3rd straight year, and he, along with 4 other long jumpers, your long jumpers have really made strides this outdoor season. So what are you expecting from that specific group?
Well, they all get to jump together. And we said one of the things we said as a program is that when we want to get to the better spot, it's when we have 3 or 4 people in the same event competing, because we can feed off of each other, encourage each other, and Coach Tyler Stepp has done a really good job of getting those guys prepared, has really been mindful of teaching them with an eye towards helping each other and being a student of jumping. And so we're excited about it. You know, I mean, to have those guys and to have them the long jump, and then Tiana to long jump for the women, you know, that's 5 long jumpers we have at the Penn Relays, and that is impressive. And to be able to go and have a chance to compete. TJ finished 5th a couple years ago. It was his best jump ever. So, you know, but it says a lot about TJ, because he's somebody that when on the big stages, he does really well.
Tanner Stepp is going to be competing in the elite high jumping event at the Penn Relays this weekend, and Christian Sump will also be competing in the high jump. But Tanner in particular, he's a repeat performer again. He's making another trip there. He's jumped well in years past. What are you expecting from Stepp this weekend? Well,
Tanner's another guy that it's funny, because Tanner doesn't care where he jumps. He is who he is regardless of it, and the environment doesn't put undue pressure on him. You know, Tanner's own worst enemy and best friend is himself as far as jumping goes. And so we're excited to see what he's going to do. To be involved in that's at the same time when USA versus the world is running in some of the elite relays. And, you know, the Penn Relays isn't just a college meet. It's not a high school meet. It's both of those. It's an Olympic meet. It's for seniors. Last year there was a lady that was 100 years old that ran the 100. And so it's a little bit of everything. It is one of the crown jewels of track and field. And so to have Tanner invited to the elite competition for high jump says a lot about Tanner Stepp as an athlete and as a competitor.
You mentioned that the Penn Relays is more than just a track meet. It's an experience, and this is the 3rd year you've taken representatives from your team to compete. But you also do a lot of team bonding things away from the track. What are some things that you hope to do this year with your team?
Well, 2 years ago, and we can't do it this year because the NFL draft's going on at this exact same place. It's going on in front of the Art Museum. We actually pulled up in front of the Art Museum. I let TJ and Davis out and Coach Stepp, and they got out of the car and they ran up the quote-unquote rocky steps right before TJ went to compete. So that was something that we've done. We usually drive by Independence Hall, the Liberty Bell. We'll get a cheesesteak. We'll let them see Philadelphia. To me, I grew up in Delaware, so to be able to go quote-unquote home and take my athletes up there and let them see kind of some important places in my life and meet some important people. The other thing that they always brag about is that my mom she's Italian, and we have a big pasta dinner at the end after it's over for our athletes. And so they all the kids that went last year that are coming back are like, we're going to do that again. And I said, yeah, we're going to do that again. So it'll be fun. It's a family experience for us for sure.
All right, Coach, we'll be following along here, and best of luck this weekend at the 123rd running of the Penn Relays.
Thank you.
He is Carson-Newman track and field coach David Needs. I'm Eric Cain, and this is the Eagle Sports Network.